Welcome, I am Sauvrinn, and this is
Super Hexagon. Begin.
Super Hexagon is a video game version of the classic maze. Oh, shit. Super Hexagon is an abstract representation of avoiding physical contact at a rave. That's not right. Super Hexagon is an auto-runner racing puzzle game based on precision, focus, and awareness. Yeah, good. You move as a triangle through openings, avoiding collisions for as long as you can. You will find yourself dying often, very often, and repeating the dying process over and over and over again in an attempt to get a higher score. But the great music and addictive gameplay compels you through continuous failure to achieve success. You don't even think about failure, just that you want to get back into the immersion and continue forward. You want to beat your best time, you want to get to the next stage of the current level, you want to unlock the next level. There is intrinsic reward in developing the necessary skill required to defeat each level. You will need a good amount of skill to master this game, and there is no easy mode. You play on hard, harder, and hardest. Then hyper hard, hyper harder, and hyper hardest. Difficulty is at the core of Super Hexagon. Its premise is simple. Move left or right to avoid getting hit. Last as long as possible. Easier said than done. On top of this simple premise are a number of tricks employed to increase the difficulty. Restricted visual information, pattern recognition, and limited time all combine to make the required precision movement and decision making an enjoyably difficult experience. The choice of left and right is made difficult by its relative nature. It is relative from the perspective of the triangle to the hexagon, not the player looking into the screen. So when pressing the left directional button, the triangle rotates its position leftward relative to the center hexagon, not leftward relative to its position on the screen. Not leftward relative to its position on the screen. This is strange and counterintuitive since video games traditionally couple control schemes based on the player's point of view, someone looking onto the screen, but from a role-playing perspective, the mechanic makes logical sense and is a refreshing change in a video game. The inclusion of this mechanic forces you to expend mental energy into the decision-making process. The simple choice of left or right to avoid getting hit now requires you to think about your current location. This has relevance in the real world. We all have to make decisions about where we want to go. First, you need to know where you are. Second, where do you need to go? Third, what lies in your future? You must constantly consider all three in both life and Super Hexagon. Your success at both depends on it. Another well-crafted element of Super Hexagon is the use of randomization. The levels of Super Hexagon mix the sequencing of patterns so that even once you have strong pattern recognition and are able to precisely maneuver through the challenges successfully, you still need to be aware of which patterns are coming up in the future. Simple memorization will not lead to success. Simple memorization will not lead to success. Your pattern recognition knowledge will be tested when constantly assessing the current and future challenges to maneuver past. Don't rest on your laurels, for there is no rest for the wicked. Super Hexagon has a wicked difficulty, but high scores don't grow on trees. You've got skills to learn and hours to be paid. Success isn't given out for free. This is not a press X to win type game. It is one of the best arcade-inspired racing puzzle games ever made. You must buy this game. Go to superhexagon.com to purchase for $2.99. Platforms include iOS, Android, PC, Mac, and Linux. Links below in the description. game was made by Terry Kavanagh, music by Chipsel. This is Sauvrinn. Go play Super Hexagon.